Today we're making turkey jalfrezi, a simple dish, really easy to cook and prepare, and also tastes delicious.
And it's not only easy, but you can also use the leftover meat from your Sunday roast or Christmas dinner.
Exactly. These are thin turkey breast steaks, and as you can see, nice sort of like almost, we call them scallops. Right, here I've got tomato puree, chopped tomatoes in juice, got a stock cube, I've then got garlic, ginger, chilli, cumin, coriander, turmeric. Over here, onion, 3 types of pepper, coriander, and thin turkey breast steaks. So what I've first need to do is cut these across the grain.
Okay.
If you cut with the grain, sometimes it can be slightly tough. But what you're doing cutting across the grain is making very, very small fibres. Right, what I'm going to do first of all is make a thick tomato sauce to go into the end dish. Now all you need to do is get a can of tomatoes, chopped preferably in juice, adding a stock cube into there, give a bit of flavour. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. Jalfrezi is basically a use-up dish from a Sunday lunch.
Oh, really?
We discussed already, yeah.
How interesting, and jalfrezi is probably almost as popular as a roast dinner now.
So in this large pan, a little touch of oil. Okay, beautiful. Lovely. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm just going to saute this very quickly, just to give it a tiny bit of colour. Turkey, what we mustn't do is overcook it. That's perfect. Just for a couple of minutes, and as you can see, it's got a tiny little bit of colour.
If you were to use some leftovers, would you skip this step maybe?
You would skip this step. You would just saute your vegetables and your spices, then add the chopped meat right in and just warm it through.
Wow, that's very quick, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're after really almost like a tomato stew. Garlic goes straight in, and chop. Then add a little bit of ginger, half a teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric.
Okay, into the pan?
Yes, please. Just gently toasting these spices, not burning them.
Are you very particular about measuring spices?
I am, because I think they get overused and people just chuck it in willy-nilly. And then one thing I did learn in India was they're very carefully weighed and measured. Then I'm going to add a little bit of onion, a few peppers, any vegetables will do.
So you just use a mix of peppers to give colours?
Yeah, just to give it a tiny bit of colour. A touch more oil to that. And we just chop with some coriander.
Sure.
A little touch of chilli going as well. I also think that kids like extremes of flavour. So they like vinegar, they like sugar, they like salt, they like that sort of sourness. And sometimes they do like a bit of heat, but it's how it's put to them. You know, if you give them a raw chilli, you've got no chance.
Yeah.
But adding to certain things, I think does work quite well. And all I'm doing really is just softening those very, very slightly like that.
Just thinking about leftovers,
Yep.
do you think that this could be a way to use up leftover vegetables from your roast dinner as well?
Anything that works with jalfrezi. I think it's just a case of getting the balance right. So, they've softened, turkey goes back in, toss that together, and as you can see, leave a dry stir fry.
It smells delicious.
Tomato sauce goes back in.
Sometimes people tend to really go overboard with the tomatoes or the cream in a curry or coconut milk, but this is so healthy, the tomato-based sauce.
Coriander can go in.
Yeah. You know what, I think that you could even maybe use this a bit differently, maybe pop it in a pita or a baguette and maybe have it for your lunch at work the next day.
And there it is. Easy, simple, turkey jalfrezi.